Alright guys, welcome to VT1. Grace with Maita. We're here at part 1 of our body hack series. Right, this video is going to be my body hacks on breathing for Jiu Jitsu. And then we're going to have my black belt in movement / physio, Corey over here. He's going to take you guys next week through a bunch of breathing exercises from his practice, which he gives all his athletes and stuff to increase their performance. So today, these two here actually asked me, and students always ask me, they say, hey, how do I get fitter for Jiu Jitsu? I'm always out of breath. So the first thing I say to them before I give them a series of exercises is, make sure you're breathing. So I tell them to get somebody who's better than them, wrestle, and just pay attention and actually see if they're holding their breath, particularly during the scrambles or the submissions. So that's the first step. Mark actually asked me that. Mark's a PT, fantastic PT in fantastic shape, and he was getting out of breath. So I said, Mark, what are you doing? He said, I'm running, I'm doing, circuits, everything. He was super fit, but he kept getting out of breath. So that was the first thing. And once you started paying attention, you started breathing a little bit better. Right. But we're going to do a series of exercises I've got these guys doing, which is going to help you guys feel like you're fitter by reducing the anxiety in certain positions. Because people only think you just breathe. There's breathing forwards, backwards, sideways, up and down, as my physio, Corey, told me. So these exercises are designed to reduce anxiety so that you don't feel like you're breathless. So the first one's really simple. I get my partners, and we put the clock on, and we're going to sit like this. Now if you have a bad back, just be careful of this. I'm going to come here, lift my legs up, and put them over my head. If you've got a bad back, just modify it by putting your hands up like this, and letting your feet come over. And we're just going to practice breathing in this position for 30 seconds to a minute, just to get comfortable. The longer you can do it, the easier it is. So guys, let's get started on that. Have a quick go. They're going to lift their legs up, and they're going to get into an uncomfortable position where their lungs are compressed. And they're going to practice relaxing and taking their breaths in this position. Alright guys, just for the camera we're going to slow it down. Or speed it up, sorry, back to start. Come back now, Mr. Corey. You can see he moves a lot better than most people. So, that's the first position. The second position I like to do is to take a Swiss ball and medicine ball. I'm going to give Mark the baby version. He gets the Swiss ball. And you can do the same thing with a foam roller. And Corey is going to take the medicine ball. And you're going to place it underneath your diaphragm and practice driving into it while you're practicing the breathing. So all you're trying to do is you're not trying to over-breathe. You're just trying to find a place in which your lung can move around the object. If you're compressing the front, it's going to be easy to breathe through the sides and the back. But it's something that people don't practice. So you're just going to get in those positions, and if you feel a little bit of anxiety, it's normal. Just make sure you're not over-breathing, so focus on the out-breath rather than the in-breath, and just focus on relaxing and getting used to those positions. So if we're going to stop for now, and we're going to go to the third exercise, we're going to start getting a little bit more complex now. So, Mark is going to be on his back. And Corey is going to be on top in side control. And as he's here, he's just lying in side control, and he's working on compressing Mark's lungs. Now, Mark isn't resisting. Mark's just practicing. We're going to put our weight on the right side, Corey. Yep, on your right side. Oh, other side. Yep, there we go. And putting your weight right underneath the diaphragm. So we're putting all our weight into there. And Mark's obviously at any stage can tap or say stop. And Mark's getting used to breathing and finding space for his lungs to expand. Always focusing on the out breath, letting the negative, what's it called? The negative vacuum suck in the oxygen. So he doesn't have to focus on the in breath. Now the second step is to pop to knee ride. Pop to knee ride, Mr. Corey. So Corey goes to knee ride right under Mark's diaphragm. And he just finds a position. He takes all his weight off his toes. And Mark just gets used to being in that position. So he's getting used to his diaphragm being compressed and not freaking out. You can hear he's breathing nice and smoothly. He's finding space for his lungs to expand and not freaking out.
It's a good way of partner mobilizing your diaphragm at the same time.
And that's what you're going to show next week. Corey's got, I can't wait for you guys to see next week's stuff. It's mind-blowing. Corey's going to show all the diaphragm mobilization stuff. Now, the next one gets complicated. Mark's, I'm going to just do this one. You're going to practice standing on the person's diaphragm. Don't stand on their ribs, and most importantly, don't stand on their groin, okay? Which is what people tend to do. I'm going to put one foot on here like this, and I just practice putting my weight on it, okay? Now, as we get used to it, I start standing on it here. And all we're going to be doing is Mark's just going to be getting used to breathing while I'm standing on his diaphragm, cool? And as you can see, he's not freaking out, he's not panicking, but this is the advanced version. Steve Maxwell actually showed me this and they're fantastic drills. You can move to 2 feet, which means that there's less space for his lungs to move, and you're going to keep doing the drill. So it's great for me for balance as well, coincidentally. So that's the third drill. That's more advanced. The last drill we're going to do, you can do with up to 4 or 5 people, is have Corey lying in side control. And then I'm going to lie, he's going to put the weight on Mark's diaphragm. And obviously, please, a warning for you guys, don't do anything silly, okay? It's just trying to get us used to that breathing and what we can handle, so don't go too far. Then I'm going to lie on top of Corey with my hands behind my back. Boom. Now you can do this with up to 2 or 3 people, and the best part of this drill is this. Corey, put your hands behind your back. Boom. I lie on top here, and now Mark, with his eyes closed, is going to start looking to escape without moving too fast. He's just going to try and wiggle out. You can do this with 3 people, and it's a fantastic drill for the guy to start feeling how to move out of the position without actually getting crushed and freaking out. Okay guys, that's enough. Thank you for being mortal partners. So guys, those are 5 exercises in which you guys can do in order to improve your breathing in Jiu-Jitsu. So just remember to summarize. Focus on the out-breath, not the in-breath. Don't try and change your breath. Look for room for your lung to expand forward, sideways, out the back, and up into your armpits. Okay? And then start noticing whether you're holding your breath during wrestling. The best time is with someone who's much better than you and during the scrambles. And then after that, we work on reducing the anxiety just by noticing it, letting it fade away, and getting increasing increments of pressure on our chest and our lungs so that we can get used to that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Please do it with care and progressively. And next week, you guys are going to see Corey's fantastic work. Cool guys? Try that out, write to me. And then Corey is going to be here next week to show you his great drills. Alright guys, take it easy.